Right? The Hebrew Israelites come out here every week in, week out, prophesies the downfall of this wicked kingdom. Just bring it out on, started off at Obadiah this week. It's kind of cold. So let's go with whatever the Spirit brings out. Right? This is Obadiah 101. It says, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord concerning Edom. Right? Now, who is Edom? Right? We know that Edom is a word which comes from the Hebrew which is a Hebrew word meaning red, right? So this is talking about a group of people, and when you look it up in numerous dictionaries, we know that Edom is a group of people that that are known to be red people. It's talking about a so-called white man, right? Let's look it up in Genesis. See what it says. It's like a little demons fucking around. Baby demons fucking around. Right, this is Genesis 25 and 30, and it says, Esau saith, and Esau said unto Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore his name was Edom, right? So this guy, so basically Edom means it's faint. So that's talking about the pigment in the skin, right? So when we read the scriptures and it's talking about a group of people called Edom or the Edomites, furthermore, it's talking about the people that are faint in their pigment, right? Or that their blood, which is underneath their skin, shows forth through their skin, right? That means he's talking about this so-called white man, right? It's Edom, right? So when we look it up in Obadiah, when it says this is the prophecy that the Most High blessed Obadiah with, this is basically talking about when he's talking about a prophecy of Edom that was given to Obadiah, it's talking about a prophecy of this so-called white man that the Most High gave to Obadiah. And it says, we have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador sent among the heathen. It says, arise and let us rise up against her in battle. That's talking about, the rest of the people upon the face of this planet, which is about to happen, right? Because when you check it out in the news at the moment, the big thing at the moment is Iran getting the nuclear powers, right? When you check it out in the news at the moment, the U.S. is basically trying to stop the Iranians from gaining their so-called infrastructure up and running, right? Because once Iran basically gets the infrastructure up and running, Iran's got the opportunity. Iran's got basically the option to say, to run their own way, right? To run their own shit, right? But the so-called United States don't want that to happen. And the United States is the land of Idumea, which is also Edom, right? And it's also known in the Bible as Egypt, because Egypt is just a word synonymous with slavery. So when it's talking about Idumea, Edom, right, and it's talking about Egypt, right, it's talking about America, right? All right, what was I holding? Right, and also, like I was saying, when you check it out in the news at the moment, right, it's a big thing, right, where with basically Iran is getting their nuclear capabilities up to scratch, right? The Americans don't want that, right? And that's just the precursor to the world, the third wars that are coming here, man. The third war that's basically upon us, which has really began. If you think about it, it's really began, right? It says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. Right? So the Most High is basically saying that the pride of Edom has deceived him. Right? What's that pride? Right? That pride is basically them thinking that they're gonna run the show forever. Right? Because every kingdom that has risen up against, well, other than Israel, every kingdom that's risen up other than Israel has been a kingdom based on iniquity, right? And a kingdom based on iniquity is not going to last, right? There's only one true kingdom that's going to last forever, and that's the kingdom of heaven, which is also the kingdom of heaven, like the scripture says, dwelleth in you, meaning to say when we're in rulership, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latins, Hispanics, so on and so forth, all the way down the lines, you people that basically got the inkling to this truth, and you got flavor in your steps, right? You're the children of the Most High, and it's usually the people that are living up in these ghettos, right? The people that this man's putting in these ghettos are the people of the Most High. Why? Because pursuant to the prophecies, right, set forth basically given to Moses, right, where it says basically when we went off on the scriptures, we were supposed to serve a certain amount of there was a certain amount of punishment that came with us not following the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Right? Right. But that means to say every kingdom that's risen up against other than Israel was a kingdom based on wickedness. Right? That means to say that it was a kingdom that was going to inevitably fall. Right? There's only one true kingdom that's going to last forever, and that's the kingdom based on the same people that this world despises and makes a mockery of, and which is really goes into the curses that the Most High put upon us for not keeping these laws, laws, statutes, and commandments up to scratch. Right? Because the scripture says that you shall be. The word slipped me at the moment. He said you shall be a word of reproach. Right? That's why that's why they make names about who we are. That's why they call them that's why they make jokes about the so-called Hispanics. How many Latin Americans does it take to build this, and so on and so forth. Right? Wetback, so on and so forth. Right? That's all part of the curses. But that's all right though, because when the Most High comes back and puts that spirit upon us, right? That's when we get to have our fun. You know what I'm saying? That's when when the power changes. That's when we get to have our fun. But going back to the scriptures in Obadiah, it's basically saying, the pride of this man has deceived him. The man that dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks, right? Who's them that dwell in the clefts of the rocks, right? Dwelling in the clefts of the rocks, when you translate, it literally means Caucasian. So who's he talking about? Right? And this is a good scripture that these so-called pastors don't be bringing out in them churches, man. That goes to churches, they'll show you them churches ain't nothing but wickedness, man. It ain't nothing but the teachings of Babylon, right? Because when you look at it, like again, when you look at what you're actually worshiping and what the symbols in your churches are, it ain't nothing but groves, which groves are really branches over where when you're being wicked, you basically try to hide yourself from the Most High. So you pray to your wicked gods, which are false gods, which ain't nothing but a vanity, right? And you stand up underneath the tree, and when you look at the pattern and the design of the inside of them churches, ain't nothing but the same thing. Right? Then you have the dove symbol, which ain't nothing but a symbolic of Semiramis, right? Which was the wife to Ramesses and the mother to Horus, right? That's all Babylonian madness, man. That's all Babylonian madness, man. All right, and it says, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Now, who goes around the planet, on the face of the earth, saying, who shall bring me down? Ain't nothing but this man. Right? And like they always say, man, this man needs to go down. It's about time this man goes down. But then that goes to show you, when you look at the news, a couple of months ago, America's credit rating went down from 3 A's to 2 A's. The French credit rating went down from 3 A's to 2 A's, and this man's going down. Greek done went out a long time ago, man. That's old news. Right? So this man's going down. So the prophecies are coming to pass, man. The prophecies are coming to pass. As much as it is a hard time that's coming, it's also a glorious time that's coming, because we get to see this man go down, right? We get to see, right? We get to see what it means for a man to fall under his own pride, like the scripture said. Pride goes before a fall. A haughty spirit goes before a fall, right? Show me So it's a beautiful time that's coming, but it's also a time that's coming for the people that the Most High is not going to bless with this truth, man. Right. And he goes on to say